Hey yo! It's your boy Carcino here. Like I told you, you've been getting nothing but heat all day. All day. Don't forget, always subscribe. If you're new here, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. It's been nothing but heat all week. It's been hot outside. It's hot on the channel. It's hot on the Patreon. As we have definitely hit you with probably our biggest Patreon yet, where we exposed the truth behind Will and Jada's marriage and all the dirt that was underneath the worms. Now let's get behind this. How many of you didn't recognize a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes? Drake in the weekend, right? Now you know that's like a couple battle. I'm not suggesting that those two are no, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. I want to be very clear about it. These two had falling outs more like a couple. But what you didn't know is played a part in all of this. Yeah. Swiss was also the part of Meek Mill. Like, Swiss has been hating Drake for a very long time. Let's get that addressed right now. But the weekend issue with Drake was already there before Swiss got involved. Okay? So, as we do always, we got to take you to the beginning because many of you just don't know. You know, back when he had the hair, like looked like, a firecracker went off and just messed his head all completely up. Drake was working on a second album, right? And he's trying to come up with new ideas, and he's got this mixtape of this artist, and this one artist is just incredible, and he's like, man, you know this dude here, he's for real, like he's the real deal. So they got the mixtape, and they is like, man, this dude here is just incredible. So in 2010 they met because he was promoting that mixtape, and Drake, was like, "Look, we got to get together, me, you, and Future, and do something. You from our city, we from the six." And he was saying all this, and the weekend at this point was broke. Okay, like he was dirt broke, and he was trying to get a record deal, and and him putting out all of these songs under his own umbrella, it was expensive, like mad expensive. So why they doing all this, like putting on a show and doing all these extra things? It was at the same time he said, you know what? Why don't you come work with me? Work on my album. And he was like, for real? He's like, yeah, I like your work. So he brought the weekend under, put him on there so he could work on the Take Care album. Now, when he got there, he got to see the process of how Drake worked and everything. So they collaborated on some songs together. And man, that was just it. Drake brought him out on stage. He did a live show, and he was the opening act. And Drake was like, "Yo, I want to introduce you to the future," and brought out the weekend, man, and really championed him and brought him out on stage to the world. And they was like, man, this guy's something. And he was like, man, this guy was a writer and collaborator for like four of the songs, and I usually don't branch out my writing and all that, but I write my own stuff, but we trying to tap into somebody from got the same emotions, and plus he's from my city. You know, so that was his reasoning there, and that was back in 2011. Now the next year, Drake wants to sign The Weeknd and get him signed to OVO and be an OVO artist, and he'll be right on OVO sound. Now Drake made it very clear that he didn't want to sever any ties with The Weeknd. Wanted to continuously work with him and put projects out and everything else. So he was even doing interviews saying, "Yeah, we're already in the process of signing him to the label. Like everything's already been worked out." And he's like, "As far as on paper, everything's been worked out." But that's not really what counts. What counts to me is the fact that the affiliation is so known that it's all I really care about. But what he didn't realize is that The Weeknd, he had another route. He leveraged everything he did with OVO and Drake into getting his own record deal with Republic Records in 2012. And then he got his own imprint, which they did a joint venture with called the XO imprint or whatever. So now instead of OVO, he's got XO. And just 2 months later, he released some type of compilation album they called the Trilogy. Drake was pissed. Drake was pissed and said, "You won't get away with just a thank you and you owe me a favor." It didn't take fans long at all to know that this was about The Weeknd. And Drake was pissed because of how strategically he was. And plus, Drake overextended himself. You know, if Drake was an asshole artist, this wouldn't even have made it this far. This would have been taken care of a long time ago. He would have entrapped him into a situation where he had to sign. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted the guy to want to be there. You know, it's like, look, you got to want to be here. So the guy, The Weeknd, basically leveraged it. He did a smart move and made a better deal for himself. And now the people were turning on him because he looked like a traitor for what he did. Now, with all of this going on, Drake is like, look, let's put this aside and let's work together. Because they did good work together. And Drake is, in the end, he's thinking about the work. Like, okay, you with Republic Records, cool. And anyway, The Weeknd comes out, look, the thing about Drake is I told him what my decisions was gonna be, and he was down with it from the beginning. That I don't believe. I told him from day one what my decisions was gonna be. I wasn't gonna go that route, I was gonna go my own route, and he supported me. Now, if that was the truth, and you told him that from 21 Jump Street, none of this would have been going down. None of this. He wouldn't have been out. Drake would not have done an interview talking about we in the process of signing him. That wouldn't have not been the case. Plus, you had already done an interview talking about how you was broke and that you needed this. You were so desperate for money, you gave up half your songs to Drake. But you didn't do that one to years down the road. After performing with Drake in 2013. In 2015, mysteriously, you changed your whole tune. What happened in 2015? Is it the fact that you was working with a producer named Swiss Beats? Doo 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 doo. Swiss came around like a snake. Yeah, I heard Drake don't like you. Know what he did to me? He cut me out to Take Care project. Bite this apple. So basically, he came up with the bite the apple, and the weekend I said, bite it, I eat the whole damn thing. I was hungry. It's juicy. So he bit and ate the whole damn apple. Then he goes out and do an interview. And he told him, you know what? I got the perfect partner for you. You do a song with Alicia Keys. Yeah. See, that she made Drake hot. Me and Alicia got him over. So anyway, he does a song with Alicia Keys. Then he comes out and starts talking big, big, king it. So he was like, look, I gave up half my songs to Drake. I was so desperate to earn money, I gave up half my songs to Drake. I'm like, dude, take anything you want. And I gave him half my album. But it's hard. I will always be thankful. If it wasn't for the light he shined on me, who knows where I would be. And everything happens for a reason. Woo! So he didn't know. Well, he did know. And Swiss is patting him on the back, going, perfect. After that, Drake was a little hot about that situation. And he had to, get that thing addressed with the fans as the fans start coming out. Uh, and they were doing a 6-year anniversary of Take Care or something. I didn't even know you celebrate the 6-year anniversary, but they were doing it. So this is the 6-year anniversary, and they were putting up a picture, and somebody put a tweet in there saying that some fan talking about the Weeknd wrote most of that album. Drake himself came out and responded immediately and was like, the Weeknd co-wrote in bold letters on Shot for Me, Practice, and was a feature on Crew Love and The Ride, and that's it. There's 20 songs on that album. Don't try me. So he was mad about these people writing for him things. And I always said that was a problem I had with Take Care. It was too many damn songs. So everything seemed cool at the fact that, Drake and him wasn't really dealing with each other. Uh, During the 2017 OVO Festival, he came out and did his thing. And they even did an interview where Drake was like, I don't want to do this to you on stage, but I feel like that OVO XO project has to happen at some point. I just want to say that. And, they both seemed like they were cool with it and agreeing that that's going to happen at some point. And everything was good. Then, next thing you know, Drake and Bella Hadid, the little, white model that everybody seemed to want to have, you know, they were shown leaving a nightclub together in LA. And everybody was like, oh my God, Drake threw Bella a 21-year-old birthday party. Now, that was out, and needless to say, the Weeknd was pissed. So they got even further away from each other because the damn thing was about to implode. And at the same time when that was happening, the Swiss that did the song with Meek Mill doing the reply back to the doggone Drake beef, the Weeknd situation is kicking off, and both of them are in overdrive. So here we are. Doing what we do. right? And now with this situation going down, the weekend pops up, and he was mad over Bella. Now the thing is, you left Bella for Selena Gomez like an idiot. Then he realized that he made a mistake and want to go back to Bella. Then you gonna diss Drake in the doggone song just last year. What are you talking about? The what he was saying like I want to have a baby with the right one because I can never be the one to hide one. Sending a shot at him after the Pusha T situation went down. So, oh yeah. So when I think I probably just omitted it, but the Alicia Keys "Earned It" song with The Weeknd. That's what Swiss's gift to him was, and they got on the movie soundtrack for that. You know, 50 Shades of Grey. So they made a lot of money, which would further him away from Drake. So Drake put out the song "War." We all remember that, where he was airing it out and was talking about, and the boy that sound like he sung on Thriller, that's been my nigga. Yeah, we gotta fix things, family 16s. We can't split up. You remember that song? So that's how it all played into the fact that the Weeknd got a battery put in his back right when he was getting ready to make amends. He got an extra battery put in his back by good old Swissy. Swissy poo. Swiss is, oh no. You ain't gotta make nothing right with him. He gotta make it right with you. So anyway, I'm about to get out of here, man. Click one of them 4 buttons over there. Swiss is crazy. I told you. These 4 videos, you might want to click on one because this is hot. Hot to try. And don't forget, if you want to support my page, my Cash App is Carcino. The Patreon is in the link is in the description box, or over the Streamlab, whichever one you're comfortable with donating at. Um, yeah, so we're doing all this for your entertainment because we know all you guys are in the house, bored, and it's a lot of stuff been going on that you probably have missed because you've been busy in the walks of life, and all of us with no lives are just providing it for you. Be easy.